Here's adventure.
His fast gun for hire keeps the calling wind.
This is High Noon and welcome. Are you prepared to draw? I hope so. And I don't mean any of that liver lizzy gun slinging stuff. And I don't mean any of that artist stuff. I'm here to do that. You just draw together, become family, friends, help each other, support each other. This is a place to have a good old time, friends and frolic, and all that stuff. Okay? This is it.
Well, hello, one and all. How is your Thursday afternoon? Or is it morning? For some of you, it is morning. So, how is your Thursday morning? How is your Thursday afternoon? Whatever it may be. Thank you for tuning in to another edition of High Noon. I hope people are liking music beforehand. Technically the stream starts earlier that way, but we have stuff going through as I intended before. And hey, Joshua, so hopefully people will like that. You can come in, start talking, have some music, watch some pictures. I'm going to try and make it so it's different. Well, somewhat different each day. There might be some crossover pictures. I'm going to start to have I got like 3 different ones lined up at the moment for pictures that I can cycle through. Well, sets of pictures. And of course, today we are on page 18. The Canadian Shield. And Dillard is basically kind of, Joshua says, I'm indifferent towards the music at the beginning because I don't usually show up early. Okay, I added a little bit in there. Yeah, not too many people show up early yet, but maybe that's a reason to. Where's page 17? Right there. Not scanned in yet, Dillard. I'll scan it in between things and send you a couple reference pics with it, probably of the plane that I used. Page. Put an invite out. I don't know whether people are available to come on or not. Remember, that's something I got to remember to put on that new part, that starting. Hit like and share, please. Well, I got something I could send you back to do because I liked what page was it, 7? But you did do the scene at the top was actually supposed to be the lab, but without them holding the stuff, John? So I started doing it. I put the thing in, raced all the stuff in their hands. We got the floor panels in, but I won't probably be able to do the same style that you do. I don't. I don't use reference. I don't. Well, then you'll have to see me muddle my way through it after I'm done all this stuff. Unless I get it done off air. Why is that middle panel always skinnier? I'm gonna do something a little different. I just got to set up the brush, I guess, for the same settings you got. Maybe you can help me with that at some point. And you use reference all the time when you're doing somebody's OC. You're using their OC as reference. So were you still going to do that color contest on your channel, John? Oh, there he is, too.
Am I live?
Yes, you are.
Ah, what's up, Brick?
How much are you going to do the color contest on your channel?
I know, I was telling you to do the color contest on your channel.
Oh, okay. I thought you said at one point that you'd do it on your channel. But I guess it doesn't matter, just as long as it gets done. Just got to get everything set up for it then properly.
Yeah, if you wanted a coloring contest, we would need a picture, like one picture that has a few things on it to for them to color, to print out and color.
Yeah.
Like a coloring book style page.
Yeah. Obviously, the Canadian shield should be on it. Probably a moose, some trees.
Yeah, a human, an animal, and some nature. So what do you think of this logo?
I can only see part of it. That might be because...
Oh, let me go take a look.
well, I switched to just you, so then I could see it all. Yeah, well, I can see most of it. There's a glare because it's on a bit of a slant from your camera for the end of buckler.
So I'm thinking it's going to be, I want it to look like the Pirates of the Caribbean style font,
Yeah.
but I'm not gonna make it like gold or anything. It's gonna be flat, maybe just a bit 3D.
Maybe make it woodish looking.
I wanted to make it look like what do you call it?
Or
Like, you know,
fat.
the old cartoony pirate maps where the writing would have like nicks coming out of it, like this, and then it would be like that.
Yeah.
And just all flat. I don't know. I'm still thinking about it.
So hopefully I can get this page done too for you today too. But
Yeah, that'd be good. Because today's my day off of work, so I could get some things done.
so have you I think your wife noticed, but sort of using OBS to start the stream earlier and put some music to things, circling through my some of my characters. What do you think of that?
I like it. I just don't like that it's already live. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because then I get the notification. I'm like, oh, well, that's cool, but he's not actually live. So I kind of turn it off, and then I don't get the notification when you actually do go live at 9 o'clock. Because I would rather, as cool as that is, because it is cool, I don't want to sit and just watch nothing, you know?
Yeah. Well, you can maybe try and get people start coming in, maybe they can talk in the chat, while listening to some music. And I am going to be getting some other pictures. I just created some new folders and changed up the pictures in the middle, sort of. So I'm going to have Cross Comics Heroes folder, villains, the ones for the first year and a half. So, and then I'm going to try and think of other stuff to throw in there too. And hello, Shinobi. Shinobi is in the chat. Just trying to draw people in, sometimes it takes a little bit, 20 minutes, half an hour for me to get people coming in. So I figure if it's live with some music.
Yeah, no, it's better than not doing it. So
maybe they'll at least put it on. They can go around and do some stuff, or it's on in the background for music, anyways.
Mm-hmm.
And it's all the it's right off of YouTube's thing for music, so it's all royalty free. So don't have to worry about that.
That's always good.
I might grab some more music, and there's a few different styles in there too. So again, something decent. Since I figured out how to use, at least have OBS doing stuff. Well, I can't, maybe I'm not streaming directly through OBS, but I can have the program on it and have a virtual cam and use it to do different things.
A virtual cam, what does that mean?
Like you see you can see how I got my thing right now. I'm in StreamYards, right? But you can create virtual cameras through OBS. So basically, I can have all my scenes and all that in OBS, and just switch them in there, and it switches for thing.
Oh, okay.
Evan helped me set that up a while back. I was trying to do OBS to begin with, so. And
Evan is fantastic at that stuff.
I think it's a great idea. It's like, you're probably using OBS, right?
Me? Yeah.
but it's like using StreamYards, but having access to doing it through OBS at the same time with a virtual camera.
Mm-hmm.
Since OBS wants to be a pain for me to stream through it, and I'll go and restream and all that, or even just straight to YouTube. JP Force here. Hey JP, and that's Shinobi says the typography looks cool to you.
Oh, thank you. I just got to do this the old way. I don't want to. I lost all my fonts and stuff when I had to reboot my computer.
Yeah, that's what I hate. I've lost fonts that way too, or switching over.
So I just do it by hand, and then I'll clean it up and do a, what do you call it? When you kind of go using the curve tool and just make it all perfect.
Yeah.
Make all the lines the same weight. I just got to get it because I don't want it to be an exact copy of the font. I wanted to make it a little bit custom. Make some parts a little bit fatter than others. Maybe move this R up here.
So that's going to be no good to me. I might as well just use my regular colored lead mechanical pencil.
Okay, so I actually went to Amazon.ca.
Yeah.
And you do have some blue lead coming to you, but it's not going to be coming for a while. Apparently, Amazon CA doesn't recognize my Prime account. So it's going to be like early December.
Thank you, John. Let's see, what do we got here? Shinobi said, hey guys. JP said hi. Like, cool. Hey JP from Shinobi. JP says, I'm drawing a forest top down with a river and a bridge. Awesome.
I think he's making fun of me because you erased my river and bridge.
Yeah, it could be. JP says hi, and then Shinobi says cool. Shinobi says you could probably get Ko-fi to fund if need be. What's Ko-fi?
It's like a place where people just send you tips and stuff.
That's a perfect for a comic called the Bucklet. Oh, Buckler. I sent you an assassin droid. No, I really did. I'll post a picture later. I guess that's for the.
Oh, do you want to see my Buckler promo art?
Sure.
Oh, let me make sure that this is actually showing on my screen. Okay, here we go. What do you think?
A skull? Who is he? Ghost Rider?
He's the Buckler. He's the Buckler, baby. And then on the top, it's going to say Buckler. And the bottom, it's going to say, a sinner is blessed.
I think it's cool, I guess.
I wanted to have it the, kind of like introducing, the bad guy.
Today's your day off, isn't it, JP? You want to come in? Or...
I gotta fix the kerning on these letters too. They're not quite right.
I think you were saying you had today off. I think you said that.
How does that look? Those letters look far, like the correct spacing from each other and all that?
Yeah.
I think this light is messing up. Hold on, let me turn this light off.
I just have when you ask me something like that, I gotta switch it over to just your cam. That way I can see the whole thing. Because when I just do the two of us, it like reduces your screen by half. Bullets here, and he says, "I think it's cool." ... I guess ... Rick 2019. And everybody, make sure you're hitting that like button and sharing this out as well.
I wish I knew how to work this stuff. Golly.
Work what?
All this stuff. I don't know how to work any of this stuff.
Oh.
And I don't know how to like terminate this line. It's just gonna keep on going, keep on going.
Maybe you gotta click it or double click.
No,
The tip of your pen, I mean.
no, it doesn't work.
Actually, I like that one that better now. What I did before. A little bit better perspective for what was page 17, now it's page 18 since I added that page.
What did you add?
Well, oh wait, I added the quote unquote splash page, as you called it, with the Canadian Shield all in.
Oh yeah.
So that puts my page count up one. Not that I'm complaining. Just acknowledging it. We're down to 2 watching. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Not sure whether you'll remember this, John. Uh, uh,
I remember
uh,
everything.
for this panel here, panel 1 on page 18, I've got the shield in there.
Uh huh.
I really put more scenery in than me, but the scenery can be just duplicated into panel 3.
Can you show me panel 3? Can you slide it over just a bit?
Right now, there's nothing in there. I'm going to put another shield in there, sort of
Okay.
on the same perspective, because I'll show you my. I'll share my screen for a sec. This is what I had before. Where, panel 2 and 3 were different. There was just, he looked a little different
Mm-hmm.
in the panels, or they look very similar.
And this is him just figuring out his flying ability.
Yeah, well, God saying, this is how it works,
Oh,
so
okay.
you go down to the ground.
Okay, makes sense. I can dig that, Rick.
He's just like, what do I do? God tells him, and then he goes, here goes. And Shinobi says, so Dillard's an elephant. Oh, elephants never forget. And then Bullet says,
I get that. I get
you
that.
guys love nuts.
Hmm?
Bullet says, you do love nuts.
Oh, you nasty bullet.
JP says, so issue 1 is an instruction manual in some ways, yeah, for him, because it's origin, a lot of things all wrapped up in one. Rick, I sent a link to my Mega Man entry for last night's John and Kurt, or I guess on Mega Man.
Who said this?
Oh, Shinobi. Where did you put the link, Shinobi? Oh, I'll share a tweet. Tweet, twiddle, twiddle. There's only one candy with a hole in the middle.
What?
Lifesavers.
Oh.
Nice.
Oh my god, I hate doing this. Oh my god, this is the worst. Okay.
What?
I'm trying to do these continuous curved lines, and then I make a little mistake, and then it erases everything I just did.
Awesome. Yeah, I checked them. And Joshua says, in Cross Comics Warriors 1 or 3. There is not a 3 anymore. Well, there's never a 3. And there's not a 1.
So there was this awful lady who was honking at me when I was driving my kid to her grandma's house
Yeah.
because I was in a school zone, right? And I was driving really slow. And this lady was like honking and blasting her horn at me. And I'm like, whatever, I don't really mind, I'm a professional truck driver, so I get horns honked at me all the time. So it doesn't really bother me. So I'm like, okay, I'm just kind of ignoring it. And then like she like pulls up next to me and starts yelling at me into my car. And I'm like, okay, that's a little weird. So I roll up the window. I'm like, whatever. And then she pulls a little bit forward and then like turns a little bit left because she's yelling at me through my passenger window. And so I'm like, okay, so she pulls a little left, like in front of my car, and stops. And I'm like, is this lady going to try to get out and fight with me?
Oh, wow.
And because we were in a school zone, there's always like kind of like cops hanging around. Like you see a cop go boo and pull up in front of her and like pull her over. And I was like, oh, well, there you go.
I guess that'll teach her, eh?
Probably not.
Joshua Bullet says laugh out loud. And Joshua's what? Laugh out loud. Crazy people out there. Crazy drivers. One of them's name's John.
I was driving 25 miles an hour in a school zone. I was not driving crazy at all.
This time.
Well, yeah, what they could tell. It baffles me. Like, I don't know, people think that they can just like honk and then like try and fight me because they're upset that I'm driving slow.
Talk about road rage.
And like the lady, she was a bigger, a nice big chunky white lady, but still, I would have beat the dog crap out of her.
Yeah, your wife's probably listening too. Because she said she's listening from the office. Is this? She had one of the first comments and saying, "Is this a work-friendly show?" I said, "Should be." I should have said, "Should be," unless your husband's on. Unless John's on. I did think of saying something. It should be unless Risey's on.
Oh, look what just happened.
What's it?
Damn it.
No. The C became an O.
Oh, well.
Oh. Oh, well.
This is all your fault, Rick.
Yes, everything's my fault. I know. Joshua says, send Risey this. Like, he'll keep it safe for work. Possibly, possibly not.
I don't like the way this is coming out at all. I hate it. I hate it all. I don't like doing symmetrical things. Oh my god, I hate it.
JP said, I thought this would be more interesting with the guest. Sometimes it is, sometimes it isn't. Depends on who the guest is.
Yeah, Rick likes to just be quiet as soon as he has a guest on.
The problem is me and John both get into what we're doing and draw. That's why the morning show didn't work out.
It's exactly why it didn't work out. That's it. I'm gonna go find a font. God's sakes.
You got to find something you're fontal of.
Yep. All right. Now, where would I find where would I find a pirate font?
Oh, just pirate. Type in pirate font on whatever website you're on for it. See what comes up.
I found it.
Well, if you thought this would be more interesting with a guest on, JP, why don't you come on? Didn't you say something about having the day off today or something like that? Being off work?
You know, JP's all caught up in his own stuff. If he has any time off at all, he's going to be playing video games like a child.
I have a job. Well, you could stream on D Live like he and I did, play music in the background. Yeah, I got to get my StreamYard set up for that.
JP's telling me to shut up. You shut up, JP.
So maybe try and start the contest for Monday.
You're having a, what other
You said
contests are you having?
You said you were going to draw something up for that for people, or
You need to let me know, though. I'm not just going to do all the work for you, Ray. What do you want to draw? What do you want it to be? What? Okay.
well, obviously, like I said earlier, the Canadian Shield needs to be in it. Obviously.
Okay, so let me open up a new page here. New. Okay, and what's the average size page? 8.5 by 11.
Yeah.
All right. So what people normally have on their printer. So let's see. New. Let's go 8 by 11. Let's go 8 by 10. There we go. All right. So we need to make a coloring book page for the Canadian Shield. What would you like him to be doing?
I'm trying to think of everything that you need. We're gonna need on it. Well, obviously we need probably a moose on it. Some trees. There's lots and lots of trees in this book.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
so let's start off while you're thinking. Let's start off by just making a nice hard square box around the whole thing.
Probably needs to be snowy, wintry, unfortunately. Burr.
Right.
Reggie says, I thought the moose got removed. What do you mean? Well, somebody's going to have to color a moose in this book. So if you're doing this book, you're going to have to color a moose in several panels. So that's why I figure it's a good thing to have on the thing. Bullets. Brr. Winter is coming. Joshua says, but could you really? But would you really want to color a bunch of trees in a coloring book, Rick? No. This is setting up for somebody who wants to possibly draw or color the Canadian Shield book. Yes, the prize of this contest is you get to draw color the Canadian Shield book. First issue. Guess we could have them either just landing or just taking off. The other thing is, I was half thinking of maybe saving some person, almost like a scene from the end. But
Mm-hmm.
that way you get to see how they can do their skin tone. You get to see how they can do the Canadian Shield, and you get to see how they can do the forestry, and the one major animal that's in it, which is a moose.
So, do you have any ideas about what that could be, Rick?
What he could be doing to do that?
Yes.
Well, like I said, rescuing somebody.
What I'm asking you, Rick, is to give me some direction here. I want you to say, I want you to have him swooping in from the side, or maybe flying up and towards the viewer, holding the person underneath him as the person's, looking relieved or something like that. Give me some direction, the way you want to go with it.
I guess swooping in from underneath would be
No,
good.
that was my idea. You have to give me your idea.
Raggedy says, don't forget the bridge over the river, John.
There's not going to be any bridges whatsoever in this book. So
We're bridging something right now.
all right, well, I'll put a tree in here because I know there's going to be a tree.
Okay, how about somebody falling out of a plane that he's jumping up to catch with the moose on the ground in the middle of a forested area?
You're going to explain to me how I'm going to get those 3 different angles on one page?
No.
Okay, so here's a tree.
Could just do like the bottom of the plane or whatever, and somebody sort of falling out of halfway between him and or what might look like somewhere between him and the plane falling out. And then you got the shield, and then underneath him you see the ground with a moose on the ground. So I guess it'd be almost looking down from about the plane. So I guess it wouldn't be the top of the plane. It would be the bottom. I guess it's not the bottom of the plane. You see, it's the top.
Yeah, it's not. You're not. You see. When you actually think about it, you're not explaining something that's easily drawn. Okay, so we have some mountains. We have a tree, and how about I just draw a little campfire here? I draw the Canadian shield sitting at the campfire and feeding the moose some, I don't know, nuts and berries that he found. I don't know.
So that sounds good. Let's see. JP says burp.
Hello.
JP says Raggedy. I'm drawing it right now. The bridge in that. Raggedy says awesome. JT, make sure it's immune to harmonic alchemy. Never know when that pesky xylem might come around. JP4 says harmonic alchemy only interacts with solid non-living entities. So like a bridge and a river. Bullet says, I think the running gag should be the moose with broken antlers is trying to get revenge on the Canadian Shield. He is always in the background and being ineffective. Which will build to an arc where they finally meet, and the Shield was completely unaware of how he ruined the moose's life. Yes, he was unable to get a mate because of that.
Ew.
He was unable to battle the other moose.
The other Mises?
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll put a campfire here, and we'll put some logs in the fire, and we'll have the fire on so we can see how well this person colors like glowing fire.
Yeah. Since there's going to be a few scenes of that too, right?
Mm-hmm. And then a stick on the ground right here. If they forget to color the stick on the ground, automatic firing.
So now and then I guess I got to decide who's going to be on the panel for.
The judging?
Yeah.
Not me. I don't want to break anybody's heart.
I was going to say, unfortunately, I'll probably have to need to be there.
We'll draw a big pile of ashes. Okay.
Anybody else want to break some people's hearts? Is John so maybe accurately put it? Moose Arity says Raggedy. Shinobi says Dillett just turned into Mr. Jinx.
What?
I have no idea. Yeah, I just read the comments. I don't understand them all.
Okay, there's a campfire. What do you think of this campfire, Rick?
There we go to just you. I think it's fiery.
Oh,
I think it's real hot.
I bet you do, you pervert. All right, so maybe I'll just draw the Canadian Shield standing. looking heroic, maybe. Let me put it on a new level. Let me do a little sketch real quick.
Well, it says, I love crushing dreams and ruining lives. Okay, so Bullet, I think, wants to be on the panel.
Is Bullet qualified?
But he is coloring Xander Hughes for Raggedy, so no flip.
Sounds good to me.
Oh, let's see. Shinobi said, Dillard said Mises earlier. Shinobi also says, whenever Mr. Jink refers to mice, he says Mises. Oh, okay. And Raggedy says, have the Canadian Shield lighting his farts by the fire.
That's stupid. I don't want to do that.
No, that's something I think he'd do.
Yeah, that's not in character.
Unless you're using models version. Which we are not. Bullet says, no one said I had to be qualified. Oh, too.
I gotta make this guy smaller. He's too big. Put him right there. Well, you can't have just yourself on the panel, Rick, and one other person that would be biased.
Yeah. Plus, too easily split the vote.
Mm-hmm.
You have at least a third person. Although, depending
All
on
right,
how
I'll be the third judge, but I want to remain anonymous.
well, that might be a little impossible. Because I should make a show out of it, you know.
Well, yeah.
The judging. Cross Comics and the judging.
No, I don't want him over here. I'm gonna put him over by the fire.
You want him to be fired?
No, I want to put him over here by the fire.
Shinobi says, not sure how I'd qualify. No. Like I said, the thing is, the prize is you get to color the Canadian Shield. And if I make money, you'll get some money. If I don't make any money, well,
Wait a
I
minute.
don't know.
You're giving people money for this? Why? I'm not getting any money for this.
Well, like I said, if I make money, I got to make money before I can give anybody money.
You got to make money if you want to have money.
So it's a fate worse than death. I guess so.
So I watched the movie for the first time last night, The Spirit.
Yeah.
I liked it. It's pretty good.
Oh, that's
It's really hokey, really comic booky, cartoony. I liked it a lot.
Yeah, well, they haven't really done much to update, I think, that character in a long time. The Spirit. Will Eisner's The Spirit. Some could, although I've commented on that right already, some could call it a fate worse than death. But at least you're being upfront about they may or may not get paid. It all depends. You make more than your goal, you're possibly getting paid. And then if I really make more than my goal, I might be getting even more work that's going to be probably paid up almost up front too. So if they want it, like probably if I make 4,500, I'll be paying out of that to get the Canadian Shield drawn up, Canadian Shield number 2 drawn up and inked, and colored for almost right away. Bruh, we should see if Mandy wants in on this contest. Well, put it out to people and see whether they want in on it. It's all voluntary to enter.
Mandatory to enter is what you mean.
How can it be mandatory to make somebody enter? Or are you just trying to pun there, John? That it's
No, Rick, you know better than that. I would never punt. You tell them they have to enter this competition, or else they're not welcome on your channel anymore. And you tell them that it's the Christian thing to do.
He said Wirt the Wizard had the best color work. But did she color it, or did she pay somebody to color it?
I think she has somebody color it.
Yeah, I have no idea either way, so.
I want to get his hand in there.
Want to get his hand in the fire.
Yeah.
Get him burnt.
Well, he's poking the fire with the stick, which is the favorite pastime of people that are camping.
Was it your favorite pastime to poke the fire, John?
Well, yeah. What else are you going to do? Look at the fire? No, you get a stick and you poke it. And then the end of your stick catches fire, and then you pretend you have a torch, you walk around. It's pretty fun.
Then you get to be the Human Torch.
Yeah.
According to Indiegogo, pencils, inks, and colors, lettering, and story by Mandy Summers. Says Bullet.
Thank you, Bullet.
Enhanced colors by Kyle Ritter.
Enhanced colors.
Yeah, there's a guy I'd love to get to do my book. Colors. But definitely do not have the money for that.
Oh, I got an idea.
What's your idea, John?
I'm gonna have him sitting on a stump.
Just as long as he's not stumped.
Well, of course he is. He's a man of very little brain.
Although nobody can see much of what you're drawing at the moment.
That's all right. This is your channel, right? Nobody cares about what I'm doing. Everybody wants to see you working on the Canadian Shield.
Let's see. JP4 says, I'm supposed to be having lunch with the company president, but I blew it off for this. Well, John, why did you go and do a silly thing like that?
Who, me?
You could have introduced him to this channel.
Oh, JP, you ruined everything.
And had him make it mandatory to watch it at work. Hello, Bruno Uzumaki. Bruto. Not Bruto. Bruto.
It's Boruto. Not Naruto, his son Boruto. Man, Rick, you guys are watching your anime. You have an anime show and you don't watch anime.
Sure. I just draw it. I don't watch it.
This stump that he's sitting on, he chopped it down so that he could have a place to sit.
Welcome, Boruto. Anyways, what were you going to say, Sean, before I rudely interrupted?
Oh, I'm not going to tell you now that you interrupted me.
What about telling all the fine folks out there?
Oh, I'll say this: the stump. There is no tree stumps out here in the wilderness because there's no loggers out here. So he had to chop this tree down just so he could have some place to sit, and he made his campsite right next to where he chopped this tree down.
Cool.
This is fleshing out the story a little bit.
This is one of the scenes that did make it into the book. Deleted book scenes.
All right, so there we have, he's stepping on this stick. So he broke it. Here's the other piece right here. All right. And then what else do we need in here other than the shield, some wilderness? We need a moose.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll just do another animal. What kind of animal would be out here in the Arctic wastelands?
Well, Ontario wastelands. But elk.
So definitely no rivers or bridges, right?
Rivers, yes. Bridges, I'm not so sure about. No, polar bear, not sure whether they're that far south Joshua. And how again? How are you, Baruto? I hope you're enjoying the show. I am drawing up my comic book, Canadian Shield. John is drawing up a page that's going to be for a contest for coloring. Uh, JP says I've driven over bridges in Ontario. Tell Bullet says Bermuda Triangle Bear. There could be birds, squirrels, chipmunks, foxes, wolves. Could be a wolf.
That's a good idea. Okay, so let me. Okay, hold on. Damn it.
And if you can also, Bruto, make sure you hit the like button, share this out, comment later, and subscribe. Subscribing would be the most excellent thing you could do. Because when we hit 500, we're doing a giveaway. It says, Dillard, is the Canadian Shield cooking something?
Yeah, salmon.
Or it says, salmon is delicious. Lafalo bullet that kind of burns. Bullet. He's just figuring the fire.
What?
Bullet into answer to Elric's question about is he eating something, said he's just fingering the fire, Elric. And Joshua says, well, Elric said, laugh out loud, bullet that kind of burns. And then Joshua says, fire can't hurt the Canadian Shield, Elric. This is true, Joshua. Raggedy said, Liam Nielsen fighting a pack of wolves.
Yeah, and on a list of things that never happened in that movie. God, that movie was such a letdown.
Bullet says, Yosaki Jumbo, put him in the background.
Who?
Yosaki Jumbo. The rabbit from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. The samurai rabbit. JP4 says, apparently kick your co-worker in the head day is not a thing. You think, JP? So more 3 works. 7.03. Maybe my 2 will work. Now they're putting in different versions of the Samurai Rabbit's name from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Turtles in a half shell.
That's strike 3, Rick. I think you thought about that too, and you did it on purpose.
Heroes in a half shell and the green. That was totally off key.
Yeah, a little bit.
Bullet set and no, not Bullet. Joshua says, "Yo, Jimbo." Is that part of G.I. Joe, a real American? Meow meow. Oh, we got 12 watching, which is cool.
That's cool.
Well, it says, a real American, Jimbo, G.I. Joe, Jimbo is there. Elric says, did they censor G.I. Joe in Canada and make it Canadian hero? No. I just have my mock version of that part of that song. Or statement, however you want to call it. And I don't think you Americans would like my mock version. So I'm being nice and not finishing it.
That's good. All right, so we have a moose. Okay, let's merge these layers, erase that blue line. Got to get this moose.
Bullet says savage.
We got to make this moose smaller. He's too big. And he's covering up the mountains.
He is the mountain. Not much smaller because Canadian Shield standing up would be looks like that Canadian Shield standing up. Yeah, that hump would be at about the 8-foot level. So
This moose is as big as a house. All right. Now I got to redraw these mountains. Damn it.
I thought you didn't redraw stuff, Dylan.
No, once I say my picture is finished, then I never redraw. This ain't finished yet.
What if somebody else says your picture's not finished?
No, nobody else's opinions matter.
Not even the boss?
Nope. What's that? I don't know what that is.
You don't know who your boss is? Or
Nope.
what your boss is? You
That
don't have
word
a
is-
boss when you're egging around?
That word is foreign and strange to me.
So you think everything you do is just excellent?
Yep. I had to yell at my dispatch the other day.
Yeah.
She kind of came at me sideways, talking about how don't come to her and ask her about paid time off and what do you call it? Sick days, and then call in sick that same day. So I kind of had to let her have it. I was like, I don't know what you think is going on here, but the only reason that I'm here at work is because of money and the money that you pay me to be here. If I have a question about my sick time, I come to you. You are to inform me. That's your job. I'm not here for my health, and I'm not here to make things pleasant for you.
Yeah.
You give me the information that I request because that's what your job is supposed to be. If you don't like it, kiss my fucking fat ass. So anyway, we got into a heated argument, and then the boss had to come out and make her apologize.
Which says that moose looks like it's about to say, "Give me that cinnamon, you inferior human." And then he says, she came at you sideways. How does that work? Did she somehow defy gravity? No, you just got to step sideways, right? JP4 says, F-bomb John.
That stupid lady got me all angry. She was going through some stuff because she's under a lot of stress. And she'd try to take it out on me. And I was not in a good mood because I was in pain. And when I'm in pain with my foot, you know what I mean? And when I'm kind of in pain, I'm kind of cranky already. So I wasn't in a mood to handle her nonsense.
Yeah. Understandable. Shinobi says, yeah. And then tell him, Dillard. Tell him.
And she was talking about, we have so many drivers call off. And I'm like, I have never called off, ever. And if I feel like calling off, that's what I'm going to do. If I'm not feeling well, I'm not going to come in.
Yeah.
I have not called off yet. And if you're going to be like telling me, oh, well, we have other people calling off, that's not my business. That's your problem, not mine.
Yeah. And the thing is, you're asking about this information. Yeah, maybe you call in the next day because of it, but you didn't know what the rules were. So whether you could or not or whatever, so maybe you were in that day and you probably shouldn't have been because
I needed the information because I wanted to make the best possible choice money-wise.
Yeah.
That's it. And the person that has that information for me is my dispatch, this lady. So give me that information. I'm asking you a question.
Yeah, and you probably asked nicely. Or probably when you
I
asked.
certainly did.
Well, it says, let da be it. know what time it is.
I was a little bit mean because I told her because she has issues with her teeth. Like a lot of her teeth are missing in the front and kind of broken, you know. And I was a little bit mean because I said I don't come here for your beautiful smile. So, that was when it got heated. Like she got offended, you know.
Oh, it's true. Even if she had a great looking smile, you're not coming there for that. You could say that to even, like I said, somebody who had a, nice.
I know, but I didn't, and I knew that it was an inflammatory speech. I knew it would rile her up, you know.
Dylan the Riler.
All right, so here it is. What do you think of this coloring book page?
Looking good. Looks good. Looks great. What's everybody else think?
What are they saying, Rick?
JP4 says he wants one. Everything else is towards the teeth or whatever at this point.
All right, I'm gonna save it. As what's a good way to save something so somebody can download it, or just take the image and put it on? Because if they have a computer and they want to color it on their computer,
I'll probably I might create a page for it for them to, hopefully for them to be able to download it off my website and just put it in a link in my description.
okay. I'm gonna send it to you. I'm gonna email you this picture, Rick. Okay. All right, it has been sent. There you go.
So I guess Monday we'll start the contest. We'll run it to the end of the month.
And I will send it to JP in a DM. So there we go. So we can have it immediately.
Or at least when he gets home.
It's in a PNG. Elric says Savage Dillard uses retort on fellow employee. It's super effective. Well, it wasn't a fellow employee. She's considered like a step above me.
JP says he will work on that in Clip Studio. So JP wants to color the Canadian Shield, it sounds like.
JP's
Are you just wanting it
stuff.
to practice on and not actually enter it, JP?
Yeah, it'll work on Clip Studio. You just have to import the image. Save the image, then import it. Or I can send you a Clip Studio file if you give me your email, JP. That way you can have it in all the layers already, and you can just color under the layers. All right, so that's done. I finished that page. Did you finish your page, Rick?
Got the pencils done. I'm looking on inks.
Typical.
I've got half an hour. I think I should be able to be done. Because it's just a lot of inking over the Canadian Shield. Ah, crap, I forgot to ink the one hand there. JP says, I'll DM you it even though you already have it.
I'm sorry. I don't save people's emails. Come on, man. What is this?
What, you don't have save your address, have an address book in your email?
No.
It's not like it hurts you to have it. I've got yours saved in my address book.
No, I mean, like, if I've sent an email before to somebody, I mean, and I start typing it in, it'll probably pop up and okay, it's fine. But I don't, like, make an address book or what the hell?
Well, then you probably got JP's as well. He says, thank you. I'm sorry.
Apologies.
Yeah, so I should have probably 2 more pages to send you sometime today.
That's good. That's real good, Rick. Maybe I'll make that that buckler image, the skull image, the cover. That might be fun. I want the cover to be just him in his evil mastermind outfit on a subway train, doing an epic man spread where there's like a little old lady that needs a place to sit, and he's just like looking all smug.
It's given to the stereotype of man spreading,
Yeah.
which only somewhat exists.
I mean, it definitely exists. Doesn't mean it's a bad thing.
Yeah. Yeah. Not unless you're a guy that doesn't mind having his own balls crunched.
That's disgusting, Rick. Don't talk about that. This is supposed to be a safer work stream.
Hey, how do you know I'm not talking about basketballs, baseballs, tennis balls? I'd say golf balls, but it's really hard to crunch those.
All right.
Squeeze those. Let's see. I'm doing part of configurations in SolidWorks. Okay. JP4 says he's man spreading right now. Orc says a guy who doesn't like having his own what cross. Roll on the floor laughing, says Elric as well. Bullet says nut balls. Elric says good save cross. What about tea bags? Yeah, they can be crunched too. That's nice. We've got like what 3 or 4 people talking in the chat, but we've got like 12 watching. I'd like a few more talking in the chat.
You should invite them to participate in the chat, Rich.
So, trying to think of anything. Oh, what do people think of DC possibly putting a bunch of their things, comic books, up to $8 a comic?
What do you think about it?
Crazy.
Why?
There's a lot to pay for a comic book. Then again, I'm sure
But
people.
it's gonna be a bigger, giant sized comic book, and it's gonna be everything that you want in your comic. It's gonna be the original characters doing traditional epic stories.
JP says he doesn't care. Yeah, because all the regular ones are going to be, they're going to be making Luke Fox into Batman. Not sure who. Jonathan Kent into Superman. Yeah, those are floppies. I think they're slightly bigger floppies, Elric. I'm not sure who Wonder Woman's going to be. I hear Captain Boomerang's kid's supposed to be the Flash. That seems a bit weird. And of course, it's going to be Green Lantern that nobody's ever heard of, which is, I guess no biggie. It's not Hal Jordan. That's no different almost than when they did Kyle. So. Bullet says, I think they're going to price themselves out of business. So probably the Luke Fox ones and all that, Batman are going to be the regular price. And then, the Bruce Wayne Batman are going to be the $8 one. I think that's what it was saying.
Do you believe that? The model that they're setting up for independent comics, which is a higher price point but for a higher quality product and a more like prestige format type of deal, is the way that the big two should go to stay afloat?
Probably not, because I don't even think, $25 for a comic book. Yeah, Cyberfrog is probably worth it, or Lone Star and all that. They're probably worth it in a lot of ways, but especially with all the extras that you get.
Mm-hmm.
But I think even that's going to price and especially doing it crowdfunding all the time, I think eventually they're gonna price themselves out of business because not everybody can afford, you know, $25 for a comic book. Heck, especially for I don't know how many of them there are out there crowdfunding right now. For indie comics or Comicsgate, whatever label you want to put on it. Bullet says I can buy a 300-page manga for $9 or $10. That's halfway. As soon as as I've said, you sort of said out there too a while back for me on thing IndieCom TV. Is I want to get mine started so I can just do it off my site. I don't need crowdfunding. I've got my base, and through YouTube or whatever I can build more, and they can just go buy from there for $3 or whatever, $4, whatever the comic costs, plus shipping of a buck or two, hopefully. I'm not sure how much how much it would bring it down, how fast what you can bring it down to the shipping.
Mm-hmm.
No, that's for an independent. No, I'd like to even be able to get into the stores, although they're slowly closing,
Yep.
Heck, I plan to do an overprint and go to my Christian bookstores and go to the local comic shops and say, hey, can I put these in here on consignment? You make money, they sell, let me know. You want more, let me know.
All right, so what color should the logo be?
For Buckler,
Yeah.
let's see, where's the lettering again?
Hold on, let me go and
Oh, I see it there.
pick at something here.
How do you get it to do the select multiple things like that, John?
I hold down Shift when I tap it,
Okay.
and then you can add a new selection without getting rid of the old selection.
Okay.
So let's just make it the standard Buckler red here. Ba-na-na! Like that. What do you think? Or should it be green?
No, probably not green. You need to make it something a little brighter in the red. I was going to say
Like this?
the K is blending. I'd say the K is blending in a little bit too much there.
All right, let me be right back. I got to go to the restroom.
Uh-huh. Let's see, Eric says, and depending on the publisher, like Viz, it's $9 to $10, or if it's Yen, it's Yen Press, it's 13. Bullet says, I pay any amount though if it's good and I'm enjoying the content. Eric then says, same. It's the other reasons I have priority buy when it comes to manga. Bullet says, I've paid big money for things, $300 or $400 on something like a game if I want it. Yeah. It all depends on how much you want something. For sure.
I'm back. Okay, is this a little bit easier to see now?
Yeah. Well, it's still blending in, I'd say, the K.
All right. Hold on.
Wow. Bullet says, I have a Neo Geo arcade cab in my living room, so I'm not normal. Laugh out loud. Nice. Says Elric. Hey, I'd like something like that. Well, maybe not my living room, but
How about that? How does that look?
oh yeah, that looks awesome. What's everybody? Hey, Metal. His bullet says, I also have a jet set radio slot machine. Laugh out loud. What do people think of that? Lettering and coloring. The lettering for Buckler.
Are you burping, Rick?
No. They have made the Turtles in Time home arcade setup at Walmart. I really want to buy it, not make it. Laugh out loud. Says Ulrich. Eagle says, hail the Canadian Phantom. Metal says he likes it. So that might be meaning he likes it.
And you know what I just realized last night when I was watching The Spirit? The Butler's a bad guy. Bad guys can use guns. This guy's going to be like a 100% gun nut. He's going to have like an arsenal in his secret hideout. There's a scene at the end of the Shadow where Samuel L. Jackson, who plays the octopus, goes ham on one of these that pulls out like these two massive guns and starts firing on the helicopters that are firing at him. It was so good.
Let's see. Bullet says Rick got full on that. Got full on the pick. Dillard, he ate it up. Good guys can use guns like the Shadow. John, I sent you a picture. Says JP.
Oh, let me go look at that. JP.
John Eagle says John just said the Shadow. No, he said the Spirit.
JP sending me pictures sideways. JP, send it correct. It looks good though. The perspective is really good on these trees. He's drawing like a top down, but you're still under the canopy of the trees. Like you're still under the foliage, but it's a top down of a tall tree in a forest. It's pretty good.
Okay, hard to see.
Well, no, I'm screen sharing the Buckler window.
Eagle says, no, look at the tape, Rick. He said the Shadow. I can't look at the tape. There's no tape. JP says he needs to. I need the shield added to the bridge. Yeah, eventually you'll see him on a bridge, but just not back then. Yeah, so it does look like I will have this one done by the end of the show, John.
Well, that's real good, Rick.
So we will be able to get 2 to you today. And hopefully 2 next week. Maybe 3.
Next week. I thought you wanted to get this book like done.
I do. Well, it is Thursday today, so tomorrow I was going to be doing my writing profile stuff.
All right.
And then I start Tuesday to do this, which will be page 19. Let's see, how hard is page 19? Page 19, it's a 4-panel thing, so, and I don't think it's going to be too hard again. I should have that done probably in a day, that one. I almost want to keep panel, what will become panel 20. I almost want to keep the first panel from it. I'm like, because it was one of my better panels from the original. Show people. Let's see. Good guys use guns all the time in pulps. I wish it was the stupid 70s and 80s that changed for a while. A bullet says put 2 Walter 38s like crossbones under his face, Dillard.
Walter 38, like a PPK, like the James Bond gun.
Gotta wait for him to. JP4 says, do the shield every day till done. It should be done next week. Come on. But, yeah, there is panel 1. That's a not too bad eagle, I'd say, especially with the tree branch and all that. I'm not sure whether everybody can see that or not. Thing is, also, JP, I'm trying to have content for the show if I get this done. I don't know what I'm doing after I get this done for the days that it's done.
You still have to get it colored. You can talk about it. You're not just going to be drawing it up until the point of the launch, are you?
Yeah. Well, yeah, I've got to get it colored, but if we're doing the coloring contest to seek a colorist, that's
Something you can talk about for content, yeah.
He says, then start Snowdrift or the next 600 characters. Yeah, I could, but like I said, if I can get the good money out of this book, which is, I don't know, I might be paying people to do that because I know I'm not the best artist out there. I'm not the worst artist, but definitely not the best. And if I can hire somebody that's better than me, when is Snowdrift X Lightning Lady versus Lightning Lady? Or Lightning? I'm not sure. when she will be taking on Lightning. I think it's the Shield that actually takes on Lightning in later issues. Thunder and Lightning. X cross. X equals cross. When is Snowdrift cross Lightning? So when do they take on each other? Putting off finishing a comic just so you have content seems like a bad business. Well, I got to get color. I got to get a colorist. So, and it's not. It's only going to be putting it off like a few days. Raggedy, like this is page 18 that I'm doing. There's only 24 pages, so that means 6 pages left. So I'm thinking by the end, I should be done by the end of November, at least this sort of inking. And since John is not that far behind, John will probably be done within a day or two of me being done, if not done the same day, depending on how fast I get him the pages.
All right. So what do you think about that?
Cool. Well, so what? You're bringing yours out fall of 2020? The Buckler?
No, just put that date on there for just to have something on.
Oh, okay.
Let's see, John should find an iconic Canadian pistol or revolver. Oh. Do Canadians make guns, Rick?
I'm pretty sure we do.
What's the most famous Canadian firearm?
I have no idea. Jay Elric says, looks like a rock band cover. Let's see. You could search it, John. Iconic Canadian firearm. Or something to that effect.
It's probably going to be some dumb looking gun. All right. Let me take a look here.
Should be done by the latest next Friday, says JP.
Well, apparently the Canadian military uses American guns, so can't use one of those.
Raggedy says the Beaver Buster 6000.
Well, apparently the Canada makes the Browning M250 cal.
Is that good or not?
Yeah.
Bullet says Megatron is a Walter P38. And Eagle said the buckler, the Canadian who walks. Possibly a weapon left over from when they were part of the United Kingdom, says Eagle.
Well, the M2 Browning 50 cal looks like it's it either has to be on the floor or mounted on the back of a car. But the buckler is pretty strong, so he could probably hold this and fire it himself.
Yes, there's some strength in that there suit.
No, he does not get his strength from his suit. That's ridiculous. He gets his strength from an accident involving different varieties of performance-enhancing drugs. Unless you can explain to me how a suit gives you power, a suit that's made out of some sort of cloth.
Woven technology within?
So nanotech.
Yeah.
So essentially he's Iron Man.
Yeah. Maybe, maybe not.
Maybe 100% yes. I don't know. The buckler to me seems like the kind of person that would use like a 1911, but that's been done to death.
Should just give him a sword. I say you give him a light sword.
Like some sort of a pirate sword.
Yeah.
He is super fancy though. Maybe he uses like a musketeer rapier. JP4 is claiming that your Canadian Shield suit works by harmonic alchemy.
Nope.
Bullet says in Saint Seiya they have magical cloth that gives them armor and abilities. So this is a manga, Rick?
Not last time I checked.
Elric says, so I grew up with Megatron as a transforming T-Rex.
Yeah, he grew up with Beast Wars, which is part of the original G1 Transformers.
Yeah, I watched Beast Wars. That was pretty good. I used to watch that before school.
I just remember when I first seen the end of the first season, I was like, what the freak?
Oh, I didn't watch it that religiously. I just enjoyed it episode by episode.
Oh, it was just because at the end of the first season, they actually came across the arc from G1. All the original Transformers were in there, in stasis or whatever you want to call it.
Oh.
And like all the Beast Wars Transformers were no bigger than their head at mass of any of the G1s.
That's embarrassing.
And that's the biggest of them, like Megatron or
What are you inking with here?
Copic multi-liner SP 0.7.
That's a refillable?
Yeah.
You got some fancy stuff there, Rick.
Yeah, when I was having some money for a while, or when my mom was having some money, more accurately, I started getting stuff, better art supplies. But right now, my store that I got all this stuff at, their stuff is so they have like nothing in at the moment. I couldn't get the refills for this right now if I wanted to there.
So, what time are you going to end this, Rick?
Probably in a couple minutes. I'm just going to finish inking this off.
All right, I'm going to be right back.
Cross hasn't done, so it's not. So he's not ended it soon. Another toilet break, says Raggedy.
Hello?
Hello. So that
Right.
is
I got a fresh pack of cigarettes. I'm ready to go for another 5 hours. Rick, what's up?
done the inking of the last panel for this page. So
Can you show us the page so we can look at the whole page?
yeah.
And I'll see if you did a good job. I'll see if I can follow the story with just looking at the illustrations here. All right, so we have the shield. It looks like he's walking towards he's flying. What? You didn't put any background.
I started to. Just Ricky, you've been doing the background pretty good.
I do not have the trots, Raggedy Man. He's claiming I have the trots because I went for a toilet break. All right, so we have him flying. What is that down there, a river?
Yeah, river, trees, It's going to just lots and lots of
So
trees.
you're going to do none of the. You want me to do all the work, huh?
Got to keep you busy somehow, right? Or if you get a few good
The
ones.
shield looking up. Then he's looking down when he's flying. And then what's on the bottom left panel? And he's still looking down, but he's still in the air. And then he's like, what is that? I don't get what's happening in the middle bottom panel. Is he descending? Because in the next panel, he's standing on the floor.
Yeah, he's on the ground.
Oh, wait. So in the panel on the left, those lines mean that he's headed back towards the ground.
Yeah.
Okay. Then he gets to the ground and he puts his hands up, praising God. And then in the very last panel, what is he doing?
He's like, well, how can I do all this stuff with this suit?
Oh, okay. That's what I was asking. Okay. All right, it looks good.
So
Send it over.
Yeah, I'll probably be a couple hours before I send it over. I'm going to be going out here for probably half an hour.
Okay.
Back and get it scanned in along with a couple other things. And
I guess I'll go do some push-ups while I'm waiting.
So, want to promote anything, Dillard? Yourself or anything?
Yeah, if you want to white box my screen. All right, so what we have here is the Buckler. The Buckler is going to be coming out pretty soon. I just got to finish a few more pages of it. But more important than that, what we have is a coloring contest. Make sure you guys go and where are you going to be posting this image, Rick?
I'm probably going to put it on. I'm probably going to make a page on my thing, on my web comic, or I'll probably also put it in my Discord.
Okay.
I'll
Do you want me to also share it on Twitter?
Yeah, if you want, and say what it's about, all that.
I will do that. So yeah, keep an eye. I'm going to put a tweet out a little bit. I'm going to post this image there. You can snatch it off of Twitter. I know it's a little difficult to snatch an image off of Twitter, but it's possible. I've done it before. And it's a coloring contest. And if you win, you get to color the Canadian Shield and possibly get some money out of it.
Hey, that it or?
That's it.
Okay, so I'd like to thank everybody for kindly dropping in and having a heaping helping of our hospitality or whatever. Will you shut the door, Mom? I don't need the echoing or whatever. Bullet says he hates money. Good, more for me. You win. But yeah, go check out all my links. We will see you tonight at about 5 when we are doing Drawing Marvel. I'm not sure what character yet. You got who's ever there first, I guess, can put in a character for it. And I guess that's it for now. Thank you, everybody, for coming by. And actually, here is a thing for all my junk. Where's the ending one? Hey, man. Duh. There we go.
You're having a hard time over there, Rick. What's going on? Oh, okay, there we go. I like that. Look at that.
Yeah. Oh, I need to shrink the watching. So actually, I should put that up as I talk from now on, not waiting. If there was nobody here, I'd just mute myself and let it go for 30 or 40 seconds. But I'm still on, so okay. Later, everybody. God bless. Have a great, wonderful day. We'll catch you all later.